Intense scuffle erupts in Ukhrul town over land dispute, leaving at least 3 individuals killed and several others injured. Curfew imposed. Internet services in Ukhrul district suspended. Statewide general strike called by JSC demanding safe release of 2 Meitei youths held hostage by armed Kuki groups disrupts normal life in valley districts of Manipur. Security forces recover several arms and ammunitions, including 11 IED weighing 22 kg during search operations at Senam village in Technopol district. United Committee Manipur makes Turpan offerings at Kekrupat Memorial. UCM President decries conflicting narratives on Manipur violence allegedly met by Indian Army chiefs, state and central governments. Manipur observes 155th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. Chief Minister N. Biren urges all to embrace Gandhi's principle of non-violence and calls for solving issues through dialogue. And Congress Legislature Party Leader Okrami Bobi stresses violence is not the solution to any issues and holds no place in a democratic nation. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. I'm BABINA HAJARIMAYUM bringing you the top stories and latest news at this hour. Intense scuffle erupted in Ukhrul town over land dispute today, leaving at least 3 individuals killed, including a personnel of 6 Manipur rifles and several others injured. Following the violent clash over a long-standing land dispute, Ukhrul district administration imposed an indefinite curfew and suspended internet services in the district to prevent further unrest. The conflict erupted this morning around 8:30 a.m. when Hungpung Thaiso students conducted a cleanliness drive near Punjab National Bank in connections with Gandhi Jayanti. The site, however, has been the subject of a land dispute for years. As the volunteers were cleaning, locals from Hunfun village intervened, leading to a scuffle between the two groups. The situation escalated despite efforts by Ukhrul District Police and Assam Rifles personnel who arrived on the scene to defuse tensions. By 10:30 a.m., the confrontation intensified, resulting in gunfire that claimed at least 3 lives and left others injured. The individuals who were killed in the incident are personnel of 6 Manipur Rifles, T.H. Waringam from Lunghar village, Ray Ray Wung from Awontang and Silas Jingkai from Mazailung. Those wounded in the violence were rushed to Ukhrul District Hospital for treatment. In response to the clash, security forces used tear gas and rubber bullets to disperse the mob, while additional security personnel have been deployed to maintain peace. Joint Secretary of Home Department Dr. M. Vedo issued an order suspending mobile internet services in Ukhrul from 1:20 p.m. today until October 3, aiming to prevent further escalation of tensions. Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee MPCC criticizes Ukhrul District Administration for its failure to take necessary actions despite complaints about an impending dispute. Speaking at Congress Bhawan today, MPCC President K. Megha Chandra condemned the civil administration as a total failure, expressing concern over the worsening law and order situations in the state. He highlighted the recent violence in Ukhrul town, which resulted in the deaths of at least 3 individuals, emphasizing the unfortunate timing of the incidents on Gandhi Jayanti, celebrated as International Non-Violence Day. He urged the state and central security forces deployed in this district to take proactive measures to prevent further violence. The MPCC president appealed to the villagers of Hunfun and Hundung Thawaizao to avoid engaging in further conflict. Former Tamenglong MLA and Minister Samuel Jendai also joined in calling for peace among the villagers.
Non-violence ki numit asida mipung khudimaki Manipur da shanti hanjalaknanaba thoiba thongdok wathok singsigi wakhansi khanthananabagi tanja adigi organization khudimak political party khudimakna pangthoiba asigumba afaba numit Gandhi Jayanti adigi International Non-Violence Day asida thonbasi yamna painful oi DC da complaint tauna ngasigi complaint irang si thonbase district administration ki su civil department ki administration su fail hui hai Manipur ki mai chak tan railway station da atopa isini naw marakta amuk tangkhul isinaw hota tawbase nungaite.
Statewide general strike called by JSC over abductions of two Meitei youth by Kuki militants disrupted normal life in valley districts of Manipur today. Normal life in Imphal East and Imphal West district came to a standstill. Main market areas in the two districts, including Khwairamban Kaithel, Pauna Kaithel and Thangal Kaithel, were largely deserted as stores and business establishments except for pharmacies remained closed. Only vehicles providing medical emergency services and essential goods were seen on the roads, while passenger and commercial vehicle operations were halted during the strike. Normal life came to a halt in Thoubal district as the statewide general strike was enforced in protest against the abductions of two Meitei youths by Kuki militants. It may be mentioned that the two kidnapped youths are from Thoubal district. Shops and commercial establishments in Thoubal Bazaar remained closed throughout the day and traffic on the streets was minimal. Maira Paibi members took to the streets, staying overnight at the Thoubal Mela Ground Yaripok Lamkai sections of the Asian Highway 1, Imphal More Road, blocking the road in support of the strike which began yesterday morning. Similar roadblocks were reported in other areas of Thoubal district as locals joined the Bund, intensifying the protest and bringing vehicular movement to a complete standstill. The general strike also disrupted normal life in Bishnupur district. While vehicles related to medical emergencies and essential services were seen on the roads, most commercial activities came to a standstill as major business hubs remained closed. Strike supporters took to the streets, voicing their solidarity with the JSC demanding safe release of the two Meitei youths captured by Kuki armed groups.
Pithibida satnaba yaroi da cinema wa thokta tauba atopa country amaga adu samagi manungda ani ahum katang tauba thabak tubu akhoi gi Manipur pikraba state district kharana koliba asidagi samoina tane haraga taliba demand ase mase sarkar na atuba matamda mieng changbiu Central Army na Central Military Force na akhoi gi Manipur sa 80,000 gi mathakta changshalaga laikhraba chingkhong chingya khudingda chu hogum na yung laikhraba matamda akhoi gi Maitai macha ani kokitero singna phajalaga laiba haibase yamna chingningai oiba mawong amadani masidi akhoi gi sarkar double engine oibasing na sukhoi na masi khangmam thoi masi yaraga de khoi haji Manipur khoi gi state asida paibiriba maru oina khoi gi chief minister oibiriba khoi gi governor oibiriba tai MLA mantri singsina makhoi angang ani siwa thoba matam da mieng changbira kanda angang ani sigi punsibu kanbiu.
Normal life in Kakching district also came to a standstill due to the general strike. Only few vehicles on medical duty and emergency service were seen on the road. Business establishments, markets and stores across the district remained shut. Residents of the district came out on the streets and road to extend their support. The ongoing statewide Bund also crippled normal life in Wabagai area. Members of Yelhomi Kanbalup, Wabagai Hianglam Kairak joined in blocking roads at Wabagai Lamkai Market during the Bund. People of Mayang Imphal carried out sit-in protest against the abductions of two Meitei youth by Kuki militants. The sit-in protest was carried out jointly by Mayang Imphal Shopkeepers Union, Mayang Imphal Bazaar Women's Vendor Welfare Associations and Mayang Imphal Apunba Maira Paibi. The protesters demanded safe and immediate release of the abducted youth and decried the inactions of the state government to rescue the youth and withdrawal of central forces. On the other hand, the general strike called demanding safe release of the two youth affected the businesses along the Mayailambi and only medical emergency and essential services vehicles were seen on the road. Search operations and area dominations were conducted by security forces in the fringe and vulnerable areas of hill and valley districts. During the search operations yesterday, several weapons including one Lathot gun, country-made, 10 IED big weighing 48 kg, 11 IED mat weighing 22 kg, 42 grenade country-made, 736 hand grenade, 2 Chinese hand grenade, 2 grenade tube launching, 34 petrol bomb, 1 12-bore rifle, 1.22 pistol with magazine, 1 pistol country-made, 2 Pompey, 1 M16 magazine, 4 Pompey ammunitions, 52 live rounds ammunitions, 15 empty cases ammunitions, 3 detonator, 4 battery and Motorola RS charger from Senam village, Technopole district. United Committee Manipur (UCM) paid tribute to the martyrs of the Great Uprising Day by offering turpan at Kekrupat Memorial today. On the occasion, UCM President YK Dhiren voiced strong criticism of the Indian Army Chief, state and central governments for presenting conflicting narratives regarding the ongoing violence in Manipur. Dhiren called for clarifications on the recent statement by the Indian Army Chief, which indicated that Myanmar nationals have entered Manipur seeking refuge due to the crisis in their country. While UCM supports the provisions of humanitarian aid to refugees, Dhiren emphasized the need for transparency on how these refugees will be identified and accommodated. He demanded clarity on whether the refugees will be handled under national or international laws. He further highlighted the importance of consistent and coordinated efforts among leaders and authorities to address and resolve the ongoing crisis in Manipur.
Army Chief Nahari Wafam to the Koina, United Committee Manipur, Makai, Tamjani Wafam. I quite conflict labor Myanmar Dagi, Manipur, the Sangak Iba, Miyushing Ado, India, Mapumsing, the Sangak Pumatam, India go main curry security measure locally Gahabashi, Miam, Masi, Mayakshang and Bamasangi. I'm not distinguishable pointing Tamam Sangi, international logi, Matungina, national logi Matungina, Tongan but lady, refugee in a status, Tamgodibra, Makoishing, Makoishing, Kazana Kantu Okanda, shelter home, Siamakanda, Makoishing, Fazana, Indiana Agat Hamibra. Natraga, Makoising is Sang Abani Harakanda, Tongan Manipugi, Lady Basingi, Laraba, Mapumsing, the Kunjing, the Mana Topa, Angamamba, Tangalakanda, Mana Laning Bazaga, the Libra, I say, she can flick a silly given a Manokanda, Manipu, Miam, Manipu, Lady Bafums in the Sangubangam, the Minamadu, Equi the Tarang Ubangamakre.
UCM President YK Dhiren expresses deep disappointment over the lack of progress in the case of 2 Meitei youths abducted by Kuki militants. He criticized the government for not treating the matter with the seriousness it deserves. He alleged that the abductors are Kuki militants under suspension of Operation Su, who are receiving a monthly stipend from the Indian government. Dhiren called for immediate and decisive actions from the authorities to ensure the safe rescue of the 2 youths who remain in captivity.
Angang Ani Fazilaga hostage in a Tamibagi, Piva Masida, India Gomen, Lumna Loda Badona, Tayang Badona Tobushi, Manipumiamna, Pende, Adunamashi, Atu Matamda, hostage in a Tamiba, Faziliva, militancing a dog, Anamana, and India Gomenga. Shoe the labor, no way come the Makoiga Makoina, Pukshak Pirakanda, Makoina, stipend Piraga Tamba, Kanguching Jigi Marakta, labor, Portamaka Oibanina, Madu Indiana, Madu Fazana, Makoigoeba, Upaishing Shinarakanda, Logi Mienda, Shinarakanda Makoishing a dog, Tubomatamda, Tadu Okanda Makoigi, life sing a dog, can be Tangai for the Badu Indiagi Kutalay have Wapumji, a Tamzag.
Lining Thau Sanamahi Temple Board today performed Langbal Charatamba ceremony at Lining Thau Sanamahi Shrine in Haying Kongbal, Upong Yumpam, Imphal. Board member Kaisam Ibomcha said the A's of ritual was performed in honor of deceased forefathers and those killed in ongoing Manipur violence.
ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯂꯥꯡꯕꯟ ꯆꯥꯔꯥ ꯇꯝꯃꯤꯕꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯕꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯈꯤꯗ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯏꯄꯥ ꯏꯇꯣꯜ ꯏꯆꯤꯜ ꯏꯅꯥꯎ ꯏꯃꯥ ꯏꯕꯦꯜ ꯏꯆꯜ ꯏꯆꯦ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯉꯝꯈꯩ ꯉꯥꯛꯄꯗ ꯂꯩꯈꯤꯗ꯭ꯔꯕꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯊꯋꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯈꯧꯔꯥꯡꯕ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯀꯣꯛꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯂꯥꯡꯕꯟꯒꯤ ꯅꯣꯡꯃ ꯄꯥꯟꯕꯗꯒꯤꯅ ꯊꯥꯁꯤ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯠ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯐꯥꯎꯗ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯐꯝꯗ ꯍꯩꯔꯥꯡ ꯂꯩꯔꯥꯡ ꯊꯤꯟꯖꯕ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯂꯨꯛꯂꯦꯟ ꯀꯠꯇꯨꯅ ꯑꯆꯪꯕ ꯃꯅꯥ ꯃꯁꯤꯡ ꯍꯩ ꯔꯥꯅꯆꯤꯡꯕ ꯀꯠꯇꯨꯅ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯊꯪꯒꯤ ꯃꯄꯣꯛꯇ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯕ ꯌꯥꯏꯐꯕ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯍꯌꯦꯡꯃꯨꯛꯀꯤ ꯃꯄꯣꯛꯇ ꯂꯝꯗꯝꯁꯤꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯑꯐꯕ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯕ ꯌꯥꯏꯐꯕ ꯂꯝꯖꯤꯡꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯛꯁꯅꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯨꯅ ꯂꯥꯏꯅꯤꯡꯊꯧ ꯁꯅꯥꯃꯍꯤ ꯇꯦꯝꯄꯜ ꯕꯣꯔꯗꯅ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯐꯝꯗ ꯍꯩꯔꯥꯡ ꯂꯩꯔꯥꯡ ꯉꯝꯖꯕ ꯆꯥꯛꯂꯦꯟ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯀꯠꯆꯕꯅꯤ.
Kokomi Women's Wing warns of initiating democratic hesitations if the state government and relevant authorities fail to rescue the 2 abducted youths within the next 2 days. Speaking to media at Kokomi Lamphilpan office today, Women's Wing Assistant Coordinator R.K. Tharaksana expressed dissatisfactions with the state government's response, accusing them of idleness while Kuki militants continue their attacks against the Maitai community. She criticized the government's claims of coordinations with the central government, questioning whether inactions will lead to any resolutions of the ongoing conflict. She condemned the central government, Home Minister Amit Shah, Chief Minister N. Biren and other key officials for their failure to act. She called the situation intolerable and demanded immediate actions.
Central Government ki Home Minister, Manipur ki DG, Security Advisor, ako'y Honorable Sam, makoy na saman ako na birakanta, atuba da nga sino man ini sige manungta, masado hingna, ako'y mamamapagi makuta, tawan ki isilinaw sige makuta, sinabiyo, kariyumba sinabi da ba taragadi, maduda tolaka da ba Manipur, may hong nasaka da ba, sakta na laliba Manipur, miyam sige matagta, gihay baga sak managani, ako'y kukumigi imasing ngasi tauriba ngasi gi sigum lamba mi akoi nahani thadorok ta basida akoi chap chana akoi chu majuda phire lagjara kanda thadok na na bkhonna basa akoi chu tawdang ya jagani.
Siva Sena Manipur Pradesh criticizes state and central governments for their failure to rescue 2 Maitai youths, Thoi Thoi and Thoi Thoiba, who have been held hostage by armed Kuki groups. Briefing the media today at the party's head office in Babupara, Imphal, Party State President M. Tombi described the abductions for ransom as an act of terrorism. He questioned whether the state and central governments are under the influence of militants given their lack of decisive actions in rescuing the 2 youths. He stressed the need for a revision in India's geopolitical approach if it continues to impact civilians. Additionally, he urged the Inspector General of Assam Rifles South to make every effort to ensure the safe release of the youths. The Siva Sena leader also condemned Army Chief Upendra Dwivedi's recent statement to national media, dismissing the claim of drone bombings in Manipur.
NIA akwegi maram laidana pharba book torba central government gi aduguma yathangong gi makhada GL lerba aduguma phadok ama maduga bargain townaraga akwegi phagriba angangni du thadokani haibugumba sigma ponama akwegi kuki la lobusing na torpasi tongan ba country gi marakta tongan ba black man guma townaba kariguma gi marakta akwegi exchange of mechanism se adugi ponam khak manipur da satharak pase masi exactly masi terrorism gi thabak neba.
At the 57th sessions of UNHRC in Geneva, activists and academics from India, Bangladesh region gathered to address the 500-day violence in Manipur. The side event, titled Manipur Crisis and Human Rights Situations in Western South East Asia, Wizia region, was moderated by Dr. Ilangbam Bishwajit, a visiting professor at Aston University, UK. Key panelists included Working President of IPSA, Kuraiza Mathoba, who provided a comprehensive view of the violence and shared data on unprovoked attacks, largely attributing them to Kuki militants. Associate Professor of DM University, Dr. Arambam Noni, emphasized the obsolescence of ethnocentric homelands, highlighting Manipur's multiculturalism and warning against divisive ethnic politics. He called for the preservation of Manipur's territorial integrity and the restoration of normalcy.
in overcrowded refugee camps lacking basic necessities like food, shelter, and healthcare. The psychological strength of enduring such conditions, compounded by the trauma of displacement, has led to an increase in mental health crises, including suicide. Mr. President, many displaced individuals are left in despair, crying and praying for justice and a chance to return home and rebuild their lives. Meanwhile, Manipur's economy is crippled with inflation at 10% and the destruction of businesses and infrastructure, pushing and state into a severe recession. The Indian government has failed to uphold its promise to safeguard Manipur territorial integrity, leaving the natives Meitei's people confined to just 8% of our land surrounded by militants. I urge the councils to provide financial assistance for the displaced people and mediate with the Indian government to ensure their safe return with dignity and the protections of Manipur territorial integrity.
Human rights and environmental activist, philanthropist from Manipur, Jodha Haikhruzam addressed Manipur crisis at the 57th United Nations Human Rights Council sessions in Geneva, Switzerland, running from September 9 to October 11, 2024. This session includes representation from 194 UN member states, UN bodies, international NGOs and civil society organizations. During his speech in the general debate on item number 5, which focuses on human rights bodies and mechanisms, Jodha Haikhruzam highlighted the historical context of Manipur's autonomy and the ongoing humanitarian crisis resulting from conflict in the state. He expressed that despite assurances from the Indian government regarding the preservation of Manipur's territorial integrity following its merger with India in 1947, the state has faced continual threats to its boundaries and the safety of its indigenous population. He elaborated on the crippling economic impact of the conflict, citing a staggering 10% inflation rate and widespread destructions of businesses and infrastructure that has plunged the state into distress. In his appeal to the UN Council, Jodha called for substantial financial assistance for the displaced and urged mediations with the Indian government to facilitate their dignified return home while preserving their human rights and territorial integrity. Tensions flare up in Lamphel Kuno, Imphal West, over an eviction notice issued by authorities. The chaos began last night when a police team led by officer-in-charge Kogen visited the locality to inform residents they must vacate by October 6. Chongtham Bizoy, a 40-year-old socio-political commentator and local resident, voiced his frustrations over the timing of the eviction notice, stating it was inappropriate to issue such a significant notice at night. He emphasized that the locals have lived in the area for over 40 years and would not have objected had the notice been issued during regular office hours. A local Mera Paibi group member also expressed disappointment over the late-night eviction notice, highlighting the group's ongoing contributions to safeguarding Manipur's integrity amid recent crisis.
Eviction process, due process is the law. Due process of law, ako yung nga kaneba. Due process of law, matungina, ako giso appeal to we have the evidence me ando. Kakat na ba, suti timing yenga. Ahinda, nung dang dabo kanana, eviction notice mi inkonda tenage. Ada the new way matung na pira ba, office timing the pira ba ako accept me. Ahinda, puran lo na da, karigi mi geta kanada, wala eviction notice telaga. Nung samtokradi, ako pahudradi. Ada masih pun nak sibu pressure piriba ay lebak sigil lusingiba honorable chair masuk yang kana ninda tawi.
Miui bagi hing bagi hak mat pira bada hing bai atak kari lai dike. Matam khara kaki lai bisna te koi sai ne phusum na lai ra bane bapam jita. Kunda lai ta dana lekai mera pai bi lai dana lan jita mai ong na dana ado koi ju yaning de se gi matang yita sing na bada lakpi ge ha gari nungin da lakpiu numidang dabu karamba condition da si thepi do no.
Mahadev Taloi Road Development Committee urges Chief Minister and Birain and Works Minister Govindas Kontausam to expedite the issuance of work orders for construction of the 78-kilometer stretch of road, aiming for completions within the current working sessions. Committee Chairman Yang Singh Raling made this appeal following the commencement of jungle cutting and drainage constructions along the road today. He emphasized the road's significance as a vital lifeline connecting important Tangkul villages, including Sirarakong, Ringwe Toloi, Somdal and Tainem. Yang Singh highlighted the extreme hardships faced by the residents of these villages who have long suffered due to the road's neglect. He said that the committee has repeatedly appealed to the Chief Minister and the Works Minister to address these issues, and while they acknowledge the road's importance, prompt actions is still needed to alleviate the difficulties faced by the local communities.
Koi Mahatep the Loy Road the Gay, area is the Pounding Ngai. Number 1, the Mahatep the Loy Road the Gay, Toba River, Adagi, Mahatep the Loy Road the Gay, Raizu, Tora, Adagi, Apung Village the Gay, LM Block. See Handaki program ano with a sanction to Gravni. Sikak Tabida, Atuba Matamda, Honorable Minister na, Chief Engineer Office na, Atuba Matamda Tapaksi, Pangtok Piraga, Tapaksi Honingai, Hibsi area on behalf of the request of the.
Now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we'll bring you news on statewide 155th birth anniversary observance of Gandhi Jayanti. So keep watching Impact News.
Adom kalin gi maisa maragda asumna humai humaga leiba pambibra natraga asumna nungai ne AC manungda relax tawraga adom gi daily thabak tawba pambibra asumna relax oina thabak tawbining labadi mezo hapta AC brand makhal suna leizare loan gi khudong chabasu leizagani akupa marol gi damak lengsan biraksi mezo hap kai sampat konjeng hazari lekai opposite Sangai Express. Diagnostic ki lamda chahi nipu hena mangjil thana lakpaga loinana Babina group na miyangmi mafamda lanthokchari anoba ana laingi pathapta compassionate healthcare specialized field kun henbagi khanghairaba expert singa tanaduna matamgo chunaraba laingbagi kanaba lobiyu paidigi luba treatment dagi horaga personalized oiba treatment pituna adongi haksal fagatna bohonaba asina ikoigi pandam oigi adongi haksang fagalakpagi khongchata nungaiba amadi afaba laingi chakcharaba kanaba lobiyu Babina Hospital, where hope meets compassion.
Welcome back. After the break, you're watching Primetime English Bulletin. Manipur joined the rest of the nations in celebrating 155th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi today. As part of Gandhi Jayanti observance, a state-level National Cleanliness Day, Swachh Bharat Diwas 2024 event was organized at Gandhi Memorial Hall, Imphal. Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren led the dignitaries in paying floral tribute to the statue of Mahatma Gandhi, honoring the father of the nation on this significant day. In his address, Chief Minister N. Biren urged the public to take responsibility in maintaining cleanliness across the state, emphasizing the importance of contributing to a neat and clean Manipur. He also called on the people to embrace Gandhi's principle of non-violence, stressing that all issues facing the state should be addressed through peaceful and political means. The Chief Minister reaffirmed his commitment to working collectively to move the state forward. MLAs, ministers, Member of Parliament, Advocate General, along with high-ranking civil and police officials also paid floral tributes to Mahatma Gandhi.
Mahatma Gandhi ji ne pamjaramba ahimsa nubananba Bharat pumba और कोई स्टेट मणिपुर लूना नाना थंबा ये कोई वाकल दसु याम क्लीन दोइबा वाखलोन नीट एंड क्लीन अदुगु मगी मेसेज मा पृथ्वी की म्याम द पीबल लेबा म्याम द पीबा सिदा आइना सुमासी चीफ मिनिस्टर मोइना मणिपुर की म्याम द नुमित सिदा म्याम पुनमक दैतुम मसा मा तोरसु अमोट अखाई सेंटोक बा यावबि रेहरगा लमदम सिबु लूना नाना थमेना बखै होना मिनसी लोइना ना कोई अहिंसा द थाजसी नन वायलेंस अदुगु लाइरबा इश्यूज तौरि पुनमक पॉलिटिकली वरि बताइ सानरगा लोइसनबा होनबा violence hondaba adu ya maroina khoigi ai wakhalda laibak sigi damakta state sigi damakta miyam gi damakta ka thokpa amga loina na yamna neat and clean thamoi sengna honabado madu oiminasi.
Congress Legislature Party Leader Akram Ibobi emphasizes that violence is not the solutions to any issues and holds no place in a democratic nations. He made these remarks during the observance of 155th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi and the 120th birth anniversary of Lal Bahadur Shastri, held today at Congress Bhawan in Imphal by Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee. The event saw Congress leaders paying rich tributes to the statues of the two national icons. Ibobi emphasized Mahatma Gandhi's principles of perseverance, righteousness and non-violence, which were instrumental in securing India's independence from British rule. He urged people to follow Gandhi's ideologies to promote love and brotherhood across the country. Speaking on the ongoing violence in Manipur, Ibobi reiterated the Congress Party's call for peace talks between the two warring communities. He questioned how long the people of Manipur must continue to suffer due to what he described as hidden agendas of the state and central governments amid the ongoing crisis.
Sigi irang je haurpadagi भारत सरकार दा लाइरिबा स्टेट गवर्नमेंट सिदा इहान हानबदा violence से मसी violence लेपननबा हाइबदी violence से खुलाई पाइनरीबा खुलाई नकल अनिमक्ता खुलाई पायरगा तौनरीबसे मसी should be disarm first भारत सरकार ना नो यारोय आइन यादबा खुलाई पाइबा हाइबदी law and order enforce तौनरबा central force खंगदे state force खंगदे पाइबसदी बोइदि तंगाई फदमनी मसागी self defense की law and order do maintain तौनरबा मिगी life and property protect तौनर मोइदि खुलाई पाइबा याइदना अदु नतबा आइन यादबा खुलाई पाइबा मयाम सिंगसे मसी should be disarm first खुलाई जिनोय हन थादो खुलाई थमु हायरगा then नाकन अनिमक्से वारी साननबा तौबियु मदु नतना वारोइशन उरकपदी मतम संगनी न खोय हानतगी हाउजेखरबनी
Nirmal Khadi and VI associations Kaisamthong Morang Ningthau Leirak also observed Gandhi Jayanti today. During the event, Association Chairman A. Punyabati emphasized Gandhi's significant role in promoting non-violence and spearheading the Khadi movement. She explained that Gandhi championed Khadi productions as a means of boycotting British goods, a movement that continues to hold global significance today with high demand for Khadi products. She expressed concern over the current turmoil in Manipur, which has adversely impacted the productions of Khadi in the state, and appealed for efforts to revive the industry amidst the ongoing challenges.
Gandhi ji na ngasi khadi asi lingkhat pirambani British ki na khudum jalaba matamda Gandhi ji na ahimsa gi andolon kaya tawduna sara kaya henduna British singbu maithiba piba ngamdraba kanda mahana British la phangba pochai mayam singe sijanaragum chi haiduna mahana British tagi piron mayam puthokna mai tharaga mahana lasing tanak oiba langna chingaga khadi se lingkhat khibani khadi se ngasi Manipur Pichiri Mapong Makta Gandhi Khadi Bubapong Mipung Khanari.
Moirang Police Station team led by OC along with 832 CRPF team carried out cleanliness drive on Gandhi Jayanti at Moirang Lamkai area, Bishnupur district. As part of Swachhta Hi Seva campaign, WCDC PIA Imphal East District organized a cleanliness drive at Imphal East District DC complex. Imphal East District DC KH Daina and staff members participated in the drive. As part of the Swachhta Hi Seva campaign, 86th Battalion CRPF Lumphel Part carried out cleanup drive in the surrounding area of Lumphel Supermarket. Swachhta Special Campaign 4.0 was officially launched at Regional Institute of Medical Sciences, RIMS campus in Lumphel today. The campaign has been launched with an objective to keep RIMS campus clean. Alongside the event, Gandhi Jayanti and Swachh Bharat Divas were also observed at the hospital premises, wherein attendees paid tribute to Mahatma Gandhi. District Administration Kakching carried out cleanup and tree plantation drive at DC complex in connections to National Cleanliness Day under Watershed Development Component Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana 2.0 as part of Swachhta Hi Seva campaign. Deputy Commissioner Rohit Anand led the staff and officials in the cleanup and tree plantation drive. Pradhan Mantri Jan Jatiya Unnat Gram Abhiyan launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi nationwide today was also kicked off at Kamjong district. The launching program organized by Kamjong district administration held at Sadvana Mandap, Kamjong district headquarters. Kasom Kulen was graced by SDO Kasom Kulen HL Jain. A health checkup was carried out as part of the program. Ayushman cards and gas connection books under PMUY scheme were distributed to beneficiaries. Indian Army under the aegis of Spear Corps observed Gandhi Jayanti. The observance was held with the collaborations of Women for Women, a local handloom and handicraft startup project aimed at empowering and enhancing the livelihood of internally displaced women taking shelter at S. Kautlian Relief Camp Churachandpur. As part of the program, weaving materials were distributed to the women folk of the relief camp. Manipur Zoological Garden in Iroisemba celebrated its 48th Foundation Day today alongside the launch of the 17th Wildlife Week Celebration 2024. Organized by Wildlife Wing of Forest Department, Government of Manipur, the event was held under the theme Conserve Wildlife Through Coexistence. Speaking on the occasion, Chief Conservator of Forest Wildlife L. Joykumar emphasized the inseparable relationship between humans and wildlife, stating that the survival of humanity is closely tied to the existence of forest and wildlife. He highlighted that the National Wildlife Week aims to raise awareness about the critical connections between wildlife and human life. Joykumar also shared that the forest authorities are actively working to promote wildlife conservation in the hill district of Ukhrul, Kamzong and Senapati. As part of the Foundation Day celebration, students from various schools were given a guided tour of the State Zoological Garden. Prizes were distributed to winners and runners-up of the painting competition organized by the Wildlife Wing.
Senapati leba paumai haiba tribe kamusina somo akhoi paumai jaga sing da hunting to bu yararo to wonderful estimate ko mase akhoi gyan tamina bagi hai wo keno ne ko aduna sumaina masigi hose mafam punumata la apmatam da ngasa akhoi gi director sam na bi ge ba forest department faktuna protect to bonga moi witness support from all sections. Mete adagi obe sat adagi obe adagi NGO adagi obe wildlife activist adagi obe akoi punna chamina matamda akoi gi maman yam laba koi gi wildlife ki treasure se mase protect to bongam dori.
One-day free health camp under the theme We Serve Because We Care, organized and sponsored by Bethesda Foundation for Women and Child Empowerment, NONE, was held today at New Kanan Village, Loktak Project. More than 100 persons were treated with free distribution of medicines, including free detections of blood sugar level by Dr. Jendum Golmai, District Immunization Officer, NONE, Dr. Fami Golmai, SMO, Imphal West, and Dr. Lanjanglu Kamai, MO Kopum PHC. Founder President of Bethesda Foundation for Women and Child Empowerment, NONE, Dr. Azin Maringmai, said that he is happy and privileged to extend the humanitarian services to the poor and needy persons who could not avail basic health facility.
Saya atan ko noon akana noon may gawin mo sani ito gaan ito mansay katong leader unity
30th Foundation Day of New Kanan Village Women's Society was celebrated at New Kanan Village Community Hall in Loktak Project. National Leprosy Eradicating Program NLEP NONE District Program Officer Dr. Azin Maringmai, former Chief of New Kanan Village Akyu Kamai, graced the event. In connections with 67th birth anniversary of former President of Proscribed PLA Irengbam Chauren, a state-level essay competition for students will be held on role of indigenous people to keep Manipur's integrity intact on October 20. Speaking to media at Manipur Press Club today, Irengbam Chauren Memorial Trust Secretary H. Sanjoy informed that the essay competitions will be conducted in Meitei Mayek and Roman script for students of classes 8 to 10 category, and for class 11 students it will be held as open category. Interested students may collect the entry form on or before October 16 from MSF and AMUCO offices.
तौगदर फंक्शन असिगा मैलेना फॉर्म असी ngasi अखोई थादोपा होजरे फॉर्म फंगदर मफमसिंगना एमएसए ऑफिस अमदी अमुको ऑफिस होजगनी फॉर्म पिखलकपा मतम असिना अरोइबा मतम असिना ऑन और बिफोर 16 अक्टोबर 2024 से होजगनी मना असी यंथोपकी पांगतोपु नुमित असिना मागी मपौ नुमित हुमुतरे सुबु मपौ नुमित नवेम्बर की टांग अनि सितक होजगनी अदुगा हाइबा कंपटीशन असिना अक्टोबर की टांग कुंदा मफम हाइ मथकते इन पंजकी मफम अहुमुद पांगतोकजगनी.
Governor Laxman Prasad Acharya greets the people of Manipur on the joyous occasion of Mera Chauren Hauba, which will be celebrated tomorrow. In his message, the governor stated that the traditional festival of Mera Chauren Hauba is celebrated for preservation and promotion of unity and integrity amongst all the communities residing in Manipur. He wished unity, integrity and understanding, deepening age-old traditions resulting to peace and prosperity in the state. Chief Minister N. Biren extends greeting to people of the state on the occasion of Lining Thau Sanamahi Mera Chauren Hoba. In his message, the Chief Minister wishes for peace and harmony among communities and prosperity to return in the state. Now the sports news. Reception ceremony of Manipur players who won medals at INBA India National Championship was held at KBB Gym in Tera Sapam. Double Wangkem, who clinched gold medal in Classic Physics Novice, overall first runner-up title and bronze in Bodybuilding Open, Sobam Sanatoy, the winner of gold medal in Men's Physics Novice, overall second runner-up spot, and Susui Ningombam, who bagged gold in Junior Bodybuilding and a silver in Classic Physics Novice at the championship, were warmly received during the event which was held yesterday. INBA India National Championship, organized by International Natural Bodybuilding Association, was held on September 21. Manipur Amateur Bodybuilding Association Secretary S. J. Chandra, Treasurer Randhir Thiam, Joint Secretary N.K. Premnath, Executive Member O. Imo and Ronald Soibam graced the reception event.
India के bodybuilding the natural bodybuilding जो यामना पामना बा अमो ओरे मरमदुना आइना केवी जिम की साइट तके मरोइना अदगे मवा की साइट तके कोइना natural सी international सी आहान बदा कोई US रे थाई अदुना आहान बने कोइना थागलाइस अदु मतुंग तारपदा कोइना इंडिया की मनुंग द तवा अमदे तोन तोन बे international चेमिसो क्या दा कोइना ओइ साइट फंबिरिबा ओजा ओजारन दिना टीम कोच टीम मैनेजर ओइदुना मथंग मथंग पुजाबनी सानोरे अहुम सरुक याबदा सानोरे अहुमक गोल्ड मेडल अहुमक फंगपा अदुगा ओपन दा silver medal lorpa amri bronze medal lorpa haiba sanura sing okpagi yam nungaiba numini.
Before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Intense scuffle erupts in Ukhrul town over land dispute, leaving at least 3 individuals killed and several others injured. Curfew imposed, internet services in Ukhrul district suspended. Statewide general strike called by JSC demanding safe release of 2 Meitei youths held hostage by armed Kuki groups disrupts normal life in valley districts of Manipur. Security forces recover several arms and ammunitions, including 11 IED weighing 22 kg during search operations at Senam village in Technopol district. United Committee Manipur makes Darpan offerings at Kekrupat Memorial. UCM President decries conflicting narrative on Manipur violence allegedly made by Indian Army Chief, state and central governments. Manipur observes 155th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. Chief Minister N. Biren urges all to embrace Gandhi's principle of non-violence and calls for solving issues through dialogues. And Congress Legislature Party leader Akram Ibobi stresses violence is not the solution to any issues and holds no place in a democratic nation. That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. Coming up next, Primetime Manipur Bulletin. So have a great evening and stay safe.
Scheduled Tribe Demand Committee Manipur na sinjalangjeduna lakliba October ki tang taruk lising ani kungamari yai pharba pungpham ayuki pung 13 taba matamda ibo ema sumang lila sanglenda